Ah, did I scare you? It's Halloween. Hi guys. Welcome back to the channel. Firstly, obviously I've got this on because it's Halloween today, but I might take it off in a minute because I can't put my glasses on because they fog up and then I can't see you. So, um, guys, thank you so much for all the comments on my last video about seller's remorse. And there's some great bikes. Do you know what? If there's a bike that you sort of, if you put in your comments a bike that you used to own and I don't know what the bike is, I always Google it to see what it is because I find it fascinating, and there was a lot of that in the last video. So thank you so much. Really, really interesting. Thank you to everyone that's requested a sticker. It's actually a lot more than I thought. I will send out as many as I have, but I can't guarantee that everyone's going to get one at this moment in time. But I will try my best. I'll have to find somewhere that can make stickers slightly cheaper than the place that I bought them from, because yeah, I didn't realise how many people want one. But it's very, very sweet that you do. But don't forget, you've got to email me a picture of where you stuck it. No body parts. That's what I want on my grave as an epitaph. Willie, R.I.P. No body parts. Oh, let's take this off. I can't bear it. Anyway, guys, so today I want to talk about if I was to sell my Z900RS. Now, please don't say, oh, this is clickbait and it's YouTube. So I'm not going to sell my Z900RS, but I was playing golf yesterday and my mate said to me, if you sold your bike, what would you go out and buy? Well, actually, the subject, it started by, if someone said, I'll buy you a motorbike, the price is irrelevant, but the only condition is that you kept it forever and it was your only bike, what would you buy? That's what started the conversation, which is quite cool. If you start talking about it, you automatically go, oh, I'll have to buy the most expensive Harley or the most expensive Goldwing or whatever. But then when you think about it and you've got to keep it forever and it's your only bike, you then start to think, actually, money it's not all about money, it's all about what I can live with for the rest of my life. And then it went on to, if you sold your Z900RS, what would you get? Is there something that you think, oh, I'd really want to get rid of that to buy this? And I have to say, hand on heart, with all my other bikes, there's always been other bikes that I've looked at and thought, oh, I really want one of them, or oh, that might be a better bike. Every bike I've had, I felt that, with exception to this Kawasaki. I can't fault it in any way. I still can't fault it in any way. I've done 1,500 miles in it, on it. I've obviously had the remap done, and it is, for me, the perfect bike. I can't think of another bike that I would want to replace it with. Even if someone said to me, listen, it doesn't matter if the bike's more expensive, you can just do a swap. We'll take your Z900RS and you can have this bike. There is still no bike that I would think, yeah, all right, I'll take that, because I love this. I don't think I'm going to ever find a bike that suits me better, I like the look of as much, that has the 4-cylinder engine on that Kawasaki is sublime. It really is. I love the look of it. I really think the bike looks fantastic, especially in the yellow ball paint scheme. It fits me perfectly. I've been out this morning with my other half on the back. She loves it. Now the remap has been done, she absolutely loves it. She says it's her favourite bike that I've ever owned. So I can't think of anything, but it was interesting when we were talking about it yesterday, because I think I've had 35 bikes in the last 5 years. I think it was something like that, and that's a lot of bikes. And I think 80% of the reasons of selling it was me getting bored with it, which is a terrible thing to say because I don't think I get bored easily in life, but with motorbikes, clearly I do. And one thing I've discovered, it's very rare that the grass is greener. You get another bike, and well, I've got another bike and I was getting bored with that as well. For whatever reason, or I found it uncomfortable, or there was this problem with it, or this problem with it. And with the Kawasaki, I can't see that ever happening. People will say, oh, it's still the honeymoon period, etc., etc. And I suppose to an extent that's true. But I've spent money on having the remap done. I've obviously bought the rear hand guard and stuff like that, and I've spent the cowling as well. So I've spent money on that bike, money that I would never get back if I was to sell it anyway. And I've done that to make the bike perfect for me and my other half. And I really believe that that's worked, and it has. It is now the perfect bike for me. And we were out this morning, and my other half said it's her favourite bike that I've ever owned. So that's great, and that's what I was trying to achieve with having the remap done. If the remap hadn't worked, I knew it would work, but if it hadn't, then I would have probably sold it, if I'm honest with you, because moving to the country, to me, it was important that my other half came out on the bike with me, and if she didn't enjoy it, then she wouldn't. So, but I knew the remap was going to work. I'd researched it quite a lot, and yeah, the result was exactly as I hoped. So yeah, so tell me, guys, if someone came to you, like my mate and I were talking yesterday, and said, listen, I will take your bike and I'll give you any other bike instead. No money difference. You don't have to pay us any money, but you get this brand new bike of your choice. Or it could be an old bike, a bike that would you do it, hand on heart, knowing that you'd have to keep it forever, and that would be the only bike you'd ever own? I can quite happily sit here now, today, and say there's nothing that I would change that bike for. I do miss Triumph. I love Triumphs. I miss having a Royal Enfield very much. I miss, but that would be very much the second bike. I don't think I'd be able to just have the classic 350, for example, as my only bike, because I can commute to work on that if I needed to. And you can on the classic 350, but you have to plan that, and it'll take a lot longer, and it's not really the bike for that sort of commute. It's like 2.25 hour commute, and yeah, well, it'll be longer on the Royal Classic 350, probably about a week, but not really. Oh, I've got a Rob story to tell you. Someone sent me a message and said, he said, I think you make up these stories. And I got really offended, actually, because I honestly don't. A lot of you have said to me, oh, it reminds me of when we were young and me and my mates used to do that sort of crazy stuff. And I think everyone does it. It's just because the character that Rob was, funny things happened a lot. And luckily, I have still the same group of friends that remember them. So even if I don't remember the story fully, I've got someone that does. So everything I tell you is completely 100% true. There is not, I haven't elaborated it. The one when we went to Corfu, when he burnt his back with a sun lamp and then broke his toe. That's all exactly true. On the first day, he broke his toe. But this one, oh my goodness, this one was in our early 20s, and there was myself, Sean, that I've mentioned on this channel. He's the carpenter. Wayne, who I've mentioned on this channel before, and Rob, and we all decided to go wild camping. Is that a thing? I don't know if it's still a thing. It was when you go camping, not on a campsite, but just in a field or on a moor or something like that. It's probably not allowed anymore. I don't even know if it was allowed back then, actually. But we decided to go to Dartmoor in Devon, and I mean, we all drove down in my old P-Reg Ford Cortina. I mean, it just about got us there. By the time we got there, it was pouring with rain. And Rob had said, so the whole thing behind this was Rob's father died, I think, the previous year. And one of the things that was in the garage that Rob took was a 4-man tent. So Rob kept going on about this 4-man tent. Oh, we've got to try it out. It'll be a right laugh. And so this is what started this camping trip all off. So we went round to Rob, and he put the big bag of the tent in the boot, and off we went. Got down to Devon. It took us 5 hours. The traffic was horrendous. The weather was horrendous, and we tried to find somewhere that was remote in Dartmoor, which we did. And by this time, it was getting late, and we were really tired and a bit fed up because of the drive down. So Rob said, right, I'll get the tent out. You're all going to have to give me a hand because I've got no idea how to build this tent. So we all got out. He got the bag out, opened the bag up, and he looked down and he went, shit. And Wayne looked there and he said, that doesn't look like a tent. What is that? Oh, shit. And Rob said, oh, it's a child's wigwam that I bought from a car boot sale. He said, I thought it was a bit light. So we were all sitting there, all standing there, looking at this this thing. And what are we going to do? I mean, it's getting late. So Wayne said, let's build it. Maybe we can sleep in it. So we all, by this time it was dark, so we got our torches out and we fiddled about with this wigwam. And when we finished it, it was about 3 foot wide and 4 foot tall. So we decided, we didn't have much money back then, so we decided that we were all going to sleep in my car. And all we had, I mean, we had our sleeping bags, so we all got into our sleeping bags in the car because it was quite cold. Left the wigwam up. And I suppose it must have been 2 or 3 in the morning. And we saw this blue flashing light. And we were all sort of dozing. We'd had a bit of a drink. I hadn't had a drink, but 3 of them had. And this police car pulled up. And he came over. All the windows were steamed. Steamed up. I wound down the window. And he said, evening, lads. What are you doing? And I said, oh, we've come camping. And he looked in and then looked around. He said, where are you camping? Where's your tent? And we all pointed to this wigwam. Anyway, he saw the funny side of it. But, oh dear. Yeah, that wasn't the best night, to be honest with you. Anyway, that's another Rob story for you. It was Rob's fault. And I remember Rob saying, when he picked the bag out of the boot, he said, this feels really light. For a 4-man. Anyway, right, guys. So, yes, tell me, what if you had to have one bike, you could never change it again. Someone came to you, the motorbike fairy, that's not me, and said, I'm going to give you the bike of your dreams and take yours away, but you can't change it ever, and you have to keep that bike until the day you die. What bike would you have? Or is it the bike that you've got already? I bet a lot of you say it is, but don't forget, you can only have one bike in this game. Right, guys, happy Halloween. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ride safe.